And it goes a little something like
Story time, the biggest lie I ever got away with as a teenager. So my sister and I were going to spend the weekend at my stepdad's, and I asked my parents if I could bring a friend. My dad said he didn't care, and my stepmom said no. And my parents were really strict. But obviously I did not listen. So I invited my friend, and her parents were also really strict. So we came up with this elaborate plan that I would ask her parents and tell them that it was a surprise for her. And they believed it. So the day comes whenever we're supposed to leave to go up to my stepdad's. So, we get off the bus, walk to my house, and my stepmom was asleep because she worked night shifts. So I was able to sneak my friend through the house to my bedroom. Little did she know she was going to have to hide in the closet. So my stepmom came in and needed to borrow a pair of socks for work. And I was literally guarding the closet with my life. And she goes, "Get away from the closet, you're acting so suspicious. What's in there?" Like for part 2, by the way, Stacy and Candace, if you see this, my bad. Okay, part 2, sorry for keeping you guys waiting. So she literally pushes me out of the way, goes and looks in the closet, and stands there for a whole minute. And me, I'm over here having an anxiety attack. My sister's looking at me, making like hand gestures, basically saying, "What is she looking at?" And I'm literally sitting there, and I get to peek in the closet, and my friend is not there. And I'm like, where did she go? And then she starts moving things around in the closet. So she didn't see anything, and she goes to walk out of my room, and she goes, "You guys are so weird." And I run over to the closet like, where is she? And she pops out of this box that is literally in plain sight and goes, "Is she gone yet?" And trust me, I know this doesn't sound like a big thing to get away with, but whenever you have strict parents and they're looking for somebody in literally a 5-foot space, oh honey, this was a big deal for me. And tonight is going to be the night that my stepmom actually sees this.
I made my substitute teacher cry. Story time. So when I was in 3rd grade, my class was evil, straight evil. And every time we had a substitute teacher, my class would make that person's life miserable. So one day, our regular school teacher was out, so we got a substitute teacher. By the way, Miss Hathaway, if you see this, I am so sorry. So in the beginning of class, she was trying to take attendance, but nobody was responding to her. Some of the kids were even telling her to shut up, and others were crumpling up pieces of paper and throwing them at her. Not me though, I was a good kid. And you could tell she was so frustrated that her eyes were even watery, but she continued to do attendance. And eventually she gets to my name, but she pronounces it wrong. And she's like, "Is Taytoon here? Anyone named Taytoon?" And I knew she was trying to pronounce my name, so I look at her and I'm like, "It's Ty-Tun." And she starts bawling and she's like, "Cut me some slack, Ty-Tun. You guys are so mean."
Done with the client. So it was on a Tuesday, and at the time I was working at a nail salon. And this girl comes in and she's like, "I'm gonna get married tonight. So I need my nails done, my eyelash extensions, my hair done, my makeup, and my pedicure." Of course, we were like on a Tuesday, but whatever. We had to do what we had to do because it was a job. It was me and another girl that were working there only at the time. So I was doing her makeup and her hair while the other girl was doing her nails, because that other girl, the other worker, did not know how to do makeup and hair. So then halfway through her nails, as the lady was filing her nails, she says, "If I don't like them, can I come back and pay tomorrow?" Obviously, she said, "No, tell me what you don't like and we can fix it right now." And then she said, "It's because I don't have money." Now, we kind of saw this coming because of the things she was saying. She wanted us to take her to her wedding venue. Let me know for part 2, it gets crazier after this. So she kept saying that she owns Sephora, the brand Lily Lashes, and that she could get her makeup done whenever she wanted. And she kept saying, "I'll buy you guys lashes, I'll give you guys free lashes." And she's like, "I'll give you guys a good tip." But then when we realized she wasn't gonna pay us, we told her to get out. Okay, so after we told her to get out, she didn't want to get out. So we got her up and we pushed her outside. Obviously not in a mean way, but we told her like, "Get out." Now she was carrying like these 2 backpacks and like notebooks and stuff. So then she went around and she showed everybody her nails, how ugly they were. But it's just because they were barely done filing, like they had no gel on them, nothing. And then she comes back for her backpack. And so the lady that did her nails went to go get her backpack to give it to her. I don't know if she thought she was gonna throw it at her, but then she's like, "You better not throw that." And then next thing you know, the client grabs her by the hair and pulls her down to the floor. And the client starts like scratching her, and she was able to scratch her just because her nails weren't fully filed, so they were really sharp. She ended up having scratches all over her face, under her nose. She ended up bleeding from her nose, and this is where I get down. Let me know for part 4. Okay, so my coworker, or the girl that I was working with, she was on the floor. Obviously, in my head, I was like, should I let this happen or should I like help her out? So I decided, let's help her out. You know me. So I was like, let's help her out. So I grab her by the hair and I pull her up. Literally, like, I pretty sure I pulled out most of her hair. And I started punching her. And then, as she was standing, I pulled her back by the hair. And I was like, that's what you get for not paying. And as soon as that happened, as I was pulling her by the hair, I had her grabbed by the arms. So then the other coworker started punching her because she was mad that she got scratched, obviously, from her face. So anyways, the police did end up coming. The girl did end up leaving right away, though. Like, the security kicked her out because it was inside of a mall. Her aunt did end up coming and telling us that she was crazy from the head, and she ended up paying us. Let me know for more stories.